tonight, getting you ready for the fall primary as you continue to decide 2010. That primary is 1 week from today, and there'll be lots of different elections on the ballot.
Well, the partisan races are going to be on the ballot in specific, and it's a process that is a little different than other elections you may have voted in. Fox 11's Cameron Clark shows us what to expect.
It's a ballot only seen every 2 years in Wisconsin, party-specific primary voting.
Some people are surprised when they go to the polls and they say, well, I've never done this before. But this does date back to the early 1900s. They have to choose a party.
For example, if you wanted to vote in one of the Democratic races, that means in Brown County, you could not vote in the sheriff's race as there's only 4 Republicans on the ballot unless you wanted to write in a candidate. Some polling places have automated voting, preventing crossover. Otherwise, the tallying machine will let you know.
We'll spit it back out and saying that the voter crossed over. And they have up to 3 ballots to redo their ballot. After the 3rd, they're done.
But if you could cross over, then they could play the game of endorsing a weak opposition.
The current system still leaves the possibility of voting for all of what someone may perceive to be the other party's weaker candidates. But local party officials say they don't see that having much of an impact.
I really don't think there's going to be a lot of tinkering. I don't think there'll be enough to swing, a good statewide race.
Voter turnout for primaries is generally lower. 2 years ago in De Pere, that was 5%. But with some key races, including for governor, the city is expecting a double-digit increase this time around. With similar expectations statewide, it's unclear who may benefit if that trend carries over to the general elections in November.
We can attribute this to Tea Parties, we can contribute this to economics, we can contribute this to poor employment, you can contribute it to whatever you want. At least we got them awake.
The Republican base normally turns out in every election. The thing that usually swings the elections is whether the Democratic voters turn out or not, which are normally college kids or infrequent voters. So the higher the turnout, I think the better off the Democratic Party will be.
But both sides agree better turnout is better for the voting process. Cameron Clark, Fox 11 News.
And just a reminder, the polls are going to be open starting at 7 in the morning, and they will stay open until 8 o'clock at night next Tuesday.